Hi, I'm Shelley from Best Buy's Plug-in blog, and today we're checking out the Belkin WeMo. The WeMo is a remote control outlet that you can plug into your lights, appliances, or electronics, and it lets you control them using the WeMo app on your smartphone or tablet. The first step to using the WeMo is to plug it in wherever you want to use it, then plug in your appliance or the light that you'd like to use. I've got mine plugged into my lamp, just for the purposes of testing it. Once it's plugged in, you can press the switch so that it turns blue. Make sure that the light is turned to on, and then download the WeMo app. You need to wait a minute or two for it to recognize the switch, but it usually happens really quickly. And then you're ready to control your home furnishings via the Belkin WeMo. The beauty of the WeMo switch is that it gives you the ability to control your house from anywhere. So if you want to turn the lights on when it's getting dark but you're not at home and you've got pets running around, you can just hit the switch and it'll turn on. So I'll test it out for you really quick. I've got the switch activated on my phone. I'm just going to hit it and it turns on. I've moved the WeMo switch into my bedroom just to show you how quick and easy it is to switch it around. And I'll just hit the switch again. And it turns off and on. Instead of hitting the button randomly, you can set rules to turn your lights or your appliances on at a certain time. So for example, if you set a rule to turn your lights on at 6:30 and then turn off again at 10:30, the switch will activate and it'll look like you're home even when you're not. The WeMo control switch works with the WeMo motion sensor. So you just plug in the motion sensor, set a rule to trigger the switch, and every time you walk by the light, it'll turn on. The motion sensor is really cool because you can set it to trigger every time your kids walk down the hall at night, so a light will be waiting for them at the end of the hall, or you can set it for your pets to walk into a room at night when you're not home and the light turns on. I'll just take a quick walk past the motion sensor so you can see how it works with the switch. Light is currently off. Walk past motion sensor, light turns on. As you can see, it's really easy to create rules so that your WeMo motion sensor works with your WeMo switch. So this time I've got it set to turn on if WeMo motion is triggered, and I'll set it to detect for the entire day, so it'll turn itself off and on when somebody enters the room, and then when they leave it, it'll turn itself back off. The WeMo switch and the WeMo motion sensor also work with an online network called If This Then That. On the If This Then That website, you create recipes so that your WeMo switch and your motion sensor perform certain actions when triggered. For example, I have a problem with my dog jumping up on my bed and sleeping in my bed when I'm not home. If I set this motion sensor to detect every time she comes in my room, I'll receive an email telling me that my dog has triggered the sensor and is currently in my bed. You can create recipes and share them with your social networks, including Facebook and Twitter. So if you want your teenagers to know that you know when they're walking in the door after school, especially if they've told you they're going to soccer practice, you'll find out, and they'll find out via a tweet. The WeMo control switch and the WeMo motion sensor are a great way to automate basic and not so basic tasks in your home. You can try one out today by picking yours up at Best Buy or online at bestbuy.ca.